Salvete omnes, this is Emilio, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. In the last episode, we started on Warp Room 4, and now let's continue through the middle of it with Crashteroids, level 18. Hello, Lolo.
Is there a draft in here?
There are several. You can't expect me to get my writing perfect the first time. I actually forgot this was a Coco level. Not that it matters since we're in a vehicle the whole time.
Assembled an armada of space stations that are ready to strike the planet. Use the lasers on your ship to destroy them.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. This level reminds me a bit of Star Fox, but maybe it's just because we're in a spaceship shooting lasers at stuff and trying to avoid asteroids and other spaceships. This level's definitely harder than level 2. It's not that bad, but it's not to be underestimated, as you can tell from the fact that I'm already down to 49% health. The main threat in this one, oddly enough, is the other spaceships trying to suicide bomb you. Like, they seem to prefer crashing into you to shooting at you. I know it's called Crashteroids, but seriously, morons, you have lasers. Use those. Anyway, we have 14 boxes, of which we've gotten 5. And our objective is to shoot down those big blue space stations. But to do that, we have to get rid of the red satellites orbiting them, because those are generating force fields. As long as they're up, we can't do anything to the main bodies. You want to shoot down the spaceships heading for you if they're trying to crash into you. And I find a lot of the time I end up kind of going back and forth from one spaceship to another. Or one space station to another, rather. Because just trying to stick to one, you tend to get too close and unable to do anything and just bounce off the space station before you can actually keep going. So alternating seems like a decent option. Also, I've had deaths in this level where I wasn't even sure what hit me. Like, I couldn't tell if I ran into an asteroid or what. Also, the boxes in this one seem to have a tendency... Oh, well, there's the crash into me thing. It seems like the boxes in this one have kind of a tendency to drift off into the void. Like, look at how far away that health crate that I need is. No more suicide bomber spaceships, please. Come on. Don't want to shoot that because I'm at 100% health, and that would be a complete waste. Let's see. Okay, got 2 of them. And we have 3 more boxes out here. Well, I see one of them. And there's a health crate, and there should be one more somewhere. Alright, where is it? Did I accidentally shoot it? In space, no one can find your boxes. Okay, seriously? Where the heck is the other box? I guess I'll shoot that one. Shoot the Earth. Shoot the planet down. Let it burn. There it is. Why did that take so long to find? Ow. I don't know how I didn't take damage there, but we got the gem. Now we just have to go shoot the big blue thing. Okay, level 18 done. Yeah, that one does end quickly, even if you are having trouble with it, at least. Which is more than I can say for the next level, unfortunately. Yeah, I was never looking forward to that one. But it's here and we have to do it. It's time for level 19, Coral Canyon, and you can probably see where this is going. Yes, it's the second underwater level of the game. And it's even harder than level 7. It's debatable if it's longer, but it feels like it is. We have 85 boxes. And, as usual, be careful not to miss any by virtue of... let's see if we can fix that graphical glitch. There we go. Yeah, the thing about the boxes in this one, in these, is they're kind of spread out all around the top and bottom of the screen, and often in places that you wouldn't normally go. And it's not very fast. Like, I don't think that all water levels in video games are bad. I don't think they're inherently annoying. But I do definitely think that they have a more than average tendency to be so. And I think the main two issues with them come down to poor controls and being too slow. And I have to say, this game doesn't really do anything to alleviate either of those things. Certainly not in this level. So yeah, water levels, not necessarily bad. Crash 4's water levels, bleh. Wait a minute, I didn't miss anything, did I? Because I remember in a failed take of this, I completely missed several boxes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I checked everything. 16 boxes out of 85. That's another thing, you second guess yourself in ways that the main 3D levels don't tend to make you. It's not often that 2D is harder to get around and find stuff in than 3D, but this is one of those rare examples of that. And I believe I already mentioned something to that effect probably during the previous water level, actually. Seems like the enemies in this one are faster than they were before, too. Ah, got the extra life. That's also not necessarily easy to time. Also, why have we not hit a checkpoint yet? Ow. Good thing I had an Aku Aku. Also, I very nearly ran into that fish. That is not very easy to see. Among all the decorative fish and scenery and all that. Part of the problem, too, is you want to stay to the top of the screen so that you can see those things when they come for you, which clearly I didn't. But you also want to stay to the bottom because more of the boxes tend to be hidden there. So you constantly have to zigzag back and forth, and it just adds even more time to a level archetype that already takes too long to get through. That really didn't look like the hitbox should have overlapped there, but okay. Okay, I think there's still a fish there. Right, did I shoot it? I guess while we're retreading old territory, I can talk about why my video uploads have been so sparse lately, and, well, a lot of it is just lack of motivation, but a big factor has been the fact that I kind of got sick during the beginning of, or at the beginning of Thanksgiving week, and I've had a persistent cough since then that just doesn't seem to want to go away. But fortunately, I finally figured out that there is in fact a mute button for the microphone in OBS. It took me way too long to realize that, but I know now. If I'd known that sooner, I could have saved myself some coughing fits and other such things on camera. But oh well. Too late to worry about it now. I just complain about things, I mean comment on things and play the game. It's also sometimes difficult to tell on these levels which parts of the foreground are actually solid. Yeah, those boxes can be surprisingly easy to miss. Uh-oh. I should not have gone to the bottom of the screen there. If nothing else, at least this level gives us some nice music to listen to. Frankly, there are not nearly enough underwater themes in 5.4 time. In fact, I think this is the only one I can think of. Say what you want about this game, but at least you have to admit the soundtrack ain't bad. Okay, I know there is a thing up here that I got killed by. Where is it? There it is. Practically off screen. And actually, wow, I didn't realize you could go up that far. And also, what did that depth charge even hit? There is nothing there. Finally, a checkpoint. Goodness. At 30 boxes out of 85. So help me, if I actually miss some boxes in this, that would suck. Well, I shot something, but I think it was a box. Of course, you can't ignore the fact that a lot of the boxes are hidden behind seaweed and junk, too. I see you. Die. Get blown up, just like this nitro box. I realize that the natural state of a nitro box is preparing to be blown up, or preparing to blow up, whereas that's not true of a fish, but... Whoa! What is that fish doing down there? And can it die, please? I don't think there's even anything down here. Just fish, scenery, and octopus tentacles. Or squid, or kraken, or whatever the heck those things are supposed to be. The octopus from Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze decided to find a new home. Or rather, this was like its teenage internship years, since this game came out way before those did. On that note, I think the best example of actually decent underwater levels that I've found comes from the Donkey Kong Country trilogy on the Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance, I suppose. Pointedly not Tropical Freeze, but the original 16-bit games actually controlled surprisingly well for water levels and weren't that bad to get through, except for Croctopus Chase. But I think that's a case of childhood trauma more than anything on that one. The fact that it's the 4th level out of 5 that you have to go through before reaching a save point. Well, I kept my Aku Aku so far. Haven't seen a checkpoint in a while. 40 boxes left to find. Why must these levels be so slow? Well, we've reached the end of the submarine part, anyway. And still no checkpoint. And fish swimming in between nitros. Gotta do that delicately. Two Aku Akus? I will take it. Yes, I'd realize there's a fish there. And a fish there. What are all these fish doing here? Like, are we underwater or something? Oh. Oh my. That is a slot crate that I need to get to before it... Yeah. Okay, got it. That's also kind of tricky, because you have to react to the fact that that thing is there, and then not directly spin into the nitros. Wow. Okay, 51 boxes, and we know that some of them are nitros. Or, we've gotten 51 boxes, and we know that some of the remaining ones are nitros, that is. I still can't decide if crash control's worse in or out of the submarine in this game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the enemies blending in so much with the scenery in level 7. Ooh, could I get invincibility here? I did, and it accomplished absolutely nothing. Aside from making it marginally easier to take out that diver. Also, I'm not actually sure why there was an arrow there, considering this seems to be the only way that you can go anyway. Let's see. Is that an actual passage, or can we not? Okay. Nothing there, nothing there. I don't actually know if we're on track for the boxes because, well, I haven't checked game guides, but also surprisingly few game guides for Crash Bandicoot games actually give you checkpoint amounts for the boxes. Like, okay, by the first checkpoint you should have 17 boxes, that kind of thing. Like, I see that surprisingly infrequently. And I think we can get invincibility again. Come here, you. Wow, one enemy. Amazing. Super useful, that Crash 4 invincibility. That's actually surprisingly tricky to do without getting hit, because the top boxes have a tendency to fall on you. Also, yes, I realize that invincibility would have been more... dang it. More useful if we weren't underwater, because we wouldn't be so slow, but... still. I guess there are actually more Aku Akus in this level than I thought there were. We've seen at least 4. Only 14 boxes to go. So we're at least getting close to the end of this seemingly interminable level. Somehow I missed the jellyfish, but it worked out. Okay, I hear the exit. Now I just need to see it. I must taste it. Or at least feel it, I suppose. I'm still... okay. Power crystal. I'm still not sure what those diving suit enemies actually do besides go up and down and block your progress. So, moment of truth. Did we get the gem? Yes, we did. Okay, good. I don't have to redo this one. I'd like to say this is the last time we'll have to deal with the water level in this game, but we still have the time trials, so look forward to that, because I know I won't. But yeah, that's the 2 levels of this episode done. We seem to be continuing the pattern of 2 standard platforming levels that have all the collectibles and hidden items and stuff. Then 2 that aren't standard platforming levels are kind of dumb and not that good and only have 1 gem apiece. And then the ending level with the factory theme. But we'll see that last one next time. So I'll see you then.